Welcome to our channel. Today I present you a lady who will not stop at nothing to succeed. She had a tough childhood, she believes in service. She is a beam of light. She has just completed her 2 manuscripts of book yet to publish. She is amazing, she is dynamic. Let's welcome to Jacqueline.
Hi guys, hope you're having a wonderful time. It's another beautiful day. Why? It has never been a day like today. We're excited to be back on the channel to come and have a chat, elaborate on my childhood and give us wisdom, download wisdom to you on how we successfully, passed through all the challenging times and came out stronger and more beautiful and wonderful. So yeah, we are here to shine the light. We are the beam of light on top of the hill. So buckle up and get ready to enjoy this time with us.
How was your childhood like?
My childhood was challenging, but as I believe personally that there's no coincidence. There are no mistakes in this lifetime. So my childhood was a manifestation of the things that I'm yet to do in this lifetime as a human being. Because in the difficulties of my childhood, I have learned to be the person I am today. I have learned to be the courageous person I am. I have learned to love the unlovable. I have learned to give hope to the hopeless. So at the age of 5, 6, the age whereby a child is normally expected to cling onto the parents, I had to grow up. I had to grow up very fast and be strong. Yeah? So in essence, the divine knew that my life must go this way. Hence I said there's no mistakes in life. There are no coincidences. Everything that happened in my childhood was to prepare me for the day like this, was to prepare me into the person that I am to become to all of us, because we are all intertwined. We are all meaningful to each other. So the greatness in me, the grace in me, the gloriousness in me would not be manifest if I didn't go through what I didn't go through. Perhaps I would have been more of a spoiled brat, but my childhood shaped me into the person that the divine predestined me to be. So I wouldn't say my childhood was bad. My childhood was a childhood full of lessons.
How did the Jewish family your mother worked for feel when you had to relocate to the village?
At that time I was only 5, going, 5 and a half. It was a challenge for them, and they knew what might happen. They knew the possibilities. They knew that I might not cope as a child, It was such a drastic transformation for a person my age. So they warned my mother about the situation that can happen, the things that might happen, knowing that my stepfather was not my biological father. So they gave my mother options, but eventually she had to make a choice. Yeah? So they were not 100%, they were not excited about me leaving, but they knew that Mama will take the decision that will be, that decision that will be good for who I was to become as a person. They trusted my mother that she will make the right choices regardless. And as the parent, She had every right to take the decisions. You know, they couldn't make decisions for her, so they allowed her to be. They were just there as a supporting, you know, mechanism, and they gave her all the support and all the advice. They showed her the possibilities and everything. Yeah.
Having to adjust to your new family at such a young age, how did you cope?
I didn't cope. I didn't have to cope because life just happened. I was too young to understand coping. Yeah? I believe that my life was divinely orchestrated to how it went. As much as your life, as her life, as the next person's life. So with the situation at hand of my childhood, there was the inner strength, there was the inner power, there was the inner grace, there was the inner knowledge, there was the inner enablement for me to go through it without failing to. So it wasn't something that needed to be, you know, planned in advance and stuff like that. It happened. So the divine, the universe, God allowed it to manifest it the way it will serve a purpose today. So I didn't have to cope, to answer your question. There was no coping. I lived. I woke up and I went to school with my stepsisters. I ate. I was slept. I was shouted at. I screamed back. I cried. I felt sorry. I felt silly. I jumped. I laughed. I cried. I felt sad. So everything manifested naturally, but with all sorts of different emotions. Yeah? So there was no need for coping. There was living. The living that helped me to grow. The living that helped me to continue on the path that was designed for me before I was even me, before I manifested physically.
Would you say childhood was normal or dramatic? Elaborate.
My childhood, my childhood was so dramatic. My stepfather was a nuisance. I'm sorry to say this. He was very hard on us, not just on me, but on his children, my stepsisters. He didn't know how to speak without raising his voice. I have that attribute too as an adult. I think it's something that we would see it as negative that I picked up from my stepfather. He had a way of screaming at us, you know. He didn't know how to speak gently and softly. He corrected us by beating us, you know. In those days, we didn't have child rights that your father, your parents will beat you up and you'll call police for him. No, it was corporal punishment. You were getting the beatings and you were learning the lessons the hard way. So this is how it was. It was dramatic in that instance. On the other hand, Mama was gentle, was beautiful, was loving, was caring. So, you know, there was some balance in my life, because the other side is rough, my stepfather, and the other side is gentle, my mother. I think we need this nature. We all need this nature. So, yes, it was dramatic, to answer your question, but it was all for the good. It worked for the good. I'm glad it happened that way. Yeah? I'm so happy it happened that way.
Do you think your mother and stepfather's union shaped your vision, shaped your reality?
Two different personalities, two different characters. Yeah? And this is where I also learn about love, what we call unconditional love, the love of God. Mama and my stepfather had nothing in common, but here they were, together as husband and wife. So I learned miraculous thing, that love has no boundaries. The person we see as horrible could be nice to another person. So I learned so many things. The power of strength, the power of endurance, not focusing on the negative things. That's my mother. Mama was always the type of a person who the glass was always half full, not half empty. I never heard my mother complain. She was an optimist. So her unity with my stepfather shaped my outlook in life and helped me, the people that I came into contact with in my life, to plant wisdom, seeds of wisdoms in their lives, because I was able to nurture married people even before I was 20, because I learned so much from the drama of my family. And wisdom has nothing to do with age. The circumstances that happened in my household happened for me and happened for you, because should I have grown up in a family where I was given everything on a silver platter, I wouldn't have gained so much knowledge and wisdom and so many things. So the unity helped understand that life is life. Life is a gift from the divine, from what I call God. And there's no formula to how life must be lived. The challenge is perspective. If a situation presents itself to you, you have to be in a position whereby you have to see God in it, the divine in it, the positivity of the situation. This is how we grow. Life is not a bed full of roses. It's not a walk in a park. The challenges are to groom us. They're not to destroy us. Yeah? We cannot be broken beyond repair. And the brokenness comes with understanding, comes with correction. The brokenness it's necessary in our lives. So my family trimmed, nurtured the great woman I'm becoming, the great woman I always know I am. So I've learned to love unconditionally. I have learned to love so many times, even I've been hurt or burned so many times. For me, there's no once bitten, twice shy. For me, I come from a place of forgiveness, willing to forgive 100 times, million times. Because if I have this perspective of, once bitten, twice shy, then it's a challenge. So my childhood taught me you must forgive. Forgive. You must go out there and see people for who they are and have a room and have a space to interact them in a way that they will benefit. Interact with them in a way that they will grow. I'm a nurturer. I'm a mother. I love it. This is my childhood. It taught me to be this kind of a person. And the world needs nurturers. The world needs a beam of light. There's so much misery happening. Everybody's talking the negative side of things. Everybody's a mediocre. Mediocrity is crowded. I choose to be an optimist. I choose to be loving, irrespective of how many times my heart has been broken. I choose to be kind. So in essence, what am I saying? My childhood was a preparation ground. My childhood helped me to be a person that sees good in everything. Not that I'm naive, but my childhood has taught me to see good in everything and in everyone, in everybody.
Where was your biological father?
My biological father. Interesting question. Where was my biological father? I didn't know my biological father had I not pestered my mother, had I not gave my mother grief about him. I only met my biological father at the age of 23. I don't know what happened between the two of them. I don't know what really went on. But being the wonderful mama she was, she eventually took me to him, and thank God I went to him with no expectation. And yeah, he's my best friend. I love my father. I have no negative judgment against how things worked out, because I realized that if my biological father was in the picture, I wouldn't have learned all these amazing lessons. So, back to my point, there are no coincidences. We should learn to embrace this life as it presents itself to us, as the universe presented to us. I am so grateful. All the painful things happened to me. Happened for me, actually. It didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Because if not me, who else? You understand my point? Someone had to go through it. Someone had to go through it so that all the seeds of love, the seeds of forgiveness, the seed of kindness, the seed of bringing hope to us all, somebody had to carry those seeds. Because as a woman, as a nurturer, we are naturally given that responsibility. And I am humbled to be one of the chosen ones to shine the light, to be a light upon a hilltop. Everybody, 95% of the whole universe is negative. People are wallowing in negativity. But we are here to bring the light, to shine forth the light. We did not let our experiences to break us to a place of no return. We allowed our experiences to groom us into the people that can give hope. This is the beauty about the challenging childhood I had. It didn't bring out the worst out of me. It brought the magnificent, glorious human being I was predestined to be by the divine, by God. So, yeah. Amazing people you are. Thank you so much for tuning into our channel. I hope you will share your ideas, and hopefully that we have imparted into your life through our story. Remember that all things work out for good. Everything that has happened in our lives is for our good. So take care of yourself. We hope to see you soon. I love you from the bottom of my being. God bless you. I love you so much. Take good care of yourself.
Thank you, Jacqueline, and also thank you guys for your time. See you soon. Goodbye.